Hello. So this is Kim, and I'm making this video because I'm tired of people asking what does a microbiologist does, or specifically what a microbiology technician's daily work is. So I'm in the lab, BQG 52722. So in general, what the test we do is just to show proof that our product is clean and sterile. Sterile being results of zero growth of bacteria or yeast and mold. So to even test that, we have some broths here. Purple, deneutralizing broth. Yellow, the thin broth. Measured out a certain amount based on the dilution. So we test everything for raw materials, such as like products you will find at the stores. And then we get these in-process materials or samples. And then there's some raw material samples that we have to test to see how the preservative efficacy is for finished product and the sterility or cleanliness of the facility as it produces the finished product over here. But back to the main test that we technically do, the technical work, hence in the title of technical microbiologist. You get to watch as I plate. I had already put these samples into these cups. As you can see, if we talk about dilutions, I'll do something easier. Here's a Deb, 99 mils. So 1 to 100 dilution would use these broths, in which case we'll put 1 mil in this 99 mil cup to make 1 to 100. Then we got some of these 90 mils. This is for the 1 to 10 dilutions. So you'll put 10 mils into this 90 mils. That's 1 to 10 dilution factor. There goes a little easy math for you. And we're gonna do the same thing for the lifting broth. Can't tell you what products I put into each of these cups because, you know, company secrets and all that. But you guys could watch me do my work as I plate these. So TSA is a selective agar broth that is used for aerobic plate counts. Aerobic plate counts is being bacteria, and then yeast and mold is tested with the selective agar of SDA, which is like dextrose agar, TSA being tryptic soy agar. But so I already made these stickers out. I don't know if you can see in this camera angle, but it just says what tests that needs to be done for each product that I made earlier, or processed earlier. Oops, camera fell. Okay, so now lay out what I need for these tests, and I have 246A, 24 kits for one company. Can't say what. Sterile Petries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is for one company's test, and I'll do a few for another company. Level it out, make myself easier, my work easier. Also, for those of you who don't know, all these tests are time sensitive. So you can see why I am, you gotta be fast and accurate as the work goes. Top trash can. I just put the extra piece there. I stick it out. These stickers just have the ID on them. Sample IDs and what tests is being done. Some companies require 2 testing done just to verify that the testing is done correctly, which I think is smart. It just adds extra work for the technicians. C5, HD, So, extra plates. Better to have more plates than not enough. That's what I like to say. Especially when things are time sensitive. So with a line of these tests, we usually do a control also. One control plate to make sure that it's actually sterile with no products in it. And then we stack it up. And our stacking will go as far as a stack of 10. These are my pipettes. This is aseptic technique. I write down the benches earlier with isopropyl alcohol. And aseptic technique being, you know, sterility, being able to make sure nothing's contaminated. Even breathing on the plate. Breathing on a plate could give you growth, and you want ideally zero growth if the formula is good and the testing is done correctly. Just matching up my plates to my cups. 6. These are the samples I distributed earlier. 8, A1, A7. One more plate. And C6. TSA plus 2E27 C6. You can handwrite the ID. I make stickers because it's usually easier to put it in the software. HD and alpha beta. Again, do now as a demo. So those are the 2 samples. I'll get some good bean broth. I will not tell you what these samples are for company privacy, I guess. I don't know. Company secrets, all that. 527, 527. Just depending on when the dates are conducted. I'm gonna put 5 grams each into these. I don't know if you'll be able to see the scale or not. Here. This over. The time limit on these, the testing is a half an hour after product has met the deneutralizing broth. And then you also do 5 grams plus or minus 0.1 for a dilution factor. The accuracy of plus or minus 0.1 grams. Luckily, these syringes, even though they label them as 5 grams, is actually 6 grams. So I put exactly 1 gram left. And that gives me 5 grams total. Over here, some alcohol. Oh, spray your hands and everything down. Make sure your hands are clean. This is isopropyl alcohol. Alpha. Okay, putting it back over here. Hope this video turns out good. All my efforts and all that. Oh no, it's not even playing, is it? We'll never know. Oh, yep, it's playing. Haha. Okay, move this out of the way. Put my control labels on. You see this? Control. I need 1 TSA control each here. I'm going to just give you 1 ml of the broth. 1 ml of the broth. 1 ml of each of the broth with the samples in it. Put myself down. Get my pipetter. Not my pipetter. Big glass sterile syringe pipettes, glass pipettes, goes up to 5 mils. So 1 mil each plate. I will look for those as 4 plates, and then all the way down a mil. aseptic, meaning if you feel like anything has touched the product throughout this whole process, you have to restart the test over and make sure everything's clean and sterile, precise and accurate. We have some of these trash bags over here for glass pipettes. Made these myself also. They're actually the bags of the old teaching plates, which I think is way better than actually buying bags. I think the company a little bit of money that way too. You just have to put 2 bags together, one inside of another, and then fold the lips. It's always good to start off your cleaning with isopropyl in your hands also, check there. And of course, the hardest part in this whole test is getting the samples into these graph cups, which I didn't feel like making a video because it takes a lot of focus. And I will get easily distracted with the video watching. Now, for pathogens testing, which you probably won't be able to see, I'm going to use these same cups and stick them on pre-poured selective augers, pre-poured selective auger plates after 2 days of incubation. So we're going to put this in the incubator. It's pretty much an oven, and a human oven, an oven that is the temperature of the human body. To replicate the environment of what bacteria and yeast molds like to live on, I guess. Oh, you probably won't see this, but I just turn on this flame here. I'm on a heat flame, which is a technique used to sterilize. The bottle of SDA. It's been melted twice, that's what that means. But anyway, I'm going to heat flame it. I'm going to do my auger pours. A tip to aseptic technique is pretending that bacteria is raining on you constantly. In which case, if it's raining bacteria, you don't want your bottle upright. So you keep your bottle sideways at all times. The pour is about anywhere from 7 to like 15 milliliters. And you're gonna know this is by surface area. So what you do is pour until there's like a quarter size left of the plate at the bottom. You give it a good swirl. As swirling techniques goes, everyone has their own. And everyone else also has their own aseptic techniques. With microbiology being a young field, there's still a lot of room for improvement and discoveries and all that. So this is what works for me to get really good results. So I'd say my aseptic technique is pretty good. Each of these augers were made by me also, as I make augers on my day. Augers and brows. So we call that media batching. These are all medias or mediums. Maybe I'll make a video of that one day. Who knows? I don't typically like batching at night in case anything goes wrong. Every so often you get a little bit of a drip. You can just wipe that up afterwards. And fill this out and get another bottle. The ingredients of these selective augers ranges typically from like chicken broth to like bones and proteins and sugars. So I also like to call these meat jellos once they solidify. Turn off this flame. Get safety. Turn off any fire that you're not using. I just spray my hands with some alcohol. Move these 2 cups to be transferred to test tubes. This is a mixture stack that the company wants for their pathogens. And as you can see, the plate's now solidified, so it's just open. Over here. I'm just going to grab the SK first because it's what I pour first. Depending on the company's requirement, they decide if they want to equip it or not. And then it's good. So you can see how the jello stays on top. That's how you know it's solidified. And if it doesn't stay on top, or if the auger starts cracking, an example of this plate, you can jiggle it a little bit and then keep it downwards a bit. So that just finishes up sealing. But it doesn't take too long. This lab is pretty cold today. So up here. These are incubation times. So today's date, incubation is 2 days for APC, which is aerobic plate counts. That has the TSA selective auger. And then YM is the yeast mode for today's date. And then when it comes out, incubation, which is 5 days. So I'll just initial these. As a reminder, for whoever does plate reads, which is also probably me or my one coworker. So sign these initials. It's what's called liability to know who did what tests in case anything happens in the midst of the testing. We could count back if anything unusual happen for out-of-spec investigations.
Thank you.
This over here is our yeast mode incubator, which is where I put the SK auger plates in. It goes by the 25 degrees Celsius. APC goes by 35 degrees Celsius. That is just the temperature is ideal for bacteria or yeast mold. So, depending on what you're talking about. And then you lose the plate sometimes. Luckily that was a control, so I just re-pour that one. TSA plus control. Here is an example of mistakes that happen, but so long as you're able to correct it, you just conduct the test one more time. Or try. Make any corrections that needs to be corrected. A control is representative of what is poured in that plate. In this case, all the TSA augers are batch 5. The batch 5 is what I made, which fills about 29 liters worth. Each of these small flasks here are 0.5 liters or 500 mils. So all these, so I'll batch it using this media clay from MediaJet over here. In which case I'll dispense it into these big ones and someone else dispense into these little ones. So just a movement of augers and broths. But yep, I'm gonna put that in the other incubator, and that is what a microbiology technician does.